So my name is Andy Pawlby and I work for the London Quest Company, and this is
Jamie Harper.
And we have been just come off the back of a project called Stone House, and we're just going to talk a little bit about it. So Jamie, can you tell me what the purpose of this film is?
Well, this little film is just an opportunity for us to show you a little bit about how we make interactive theatre. We'll show you one or two images from our rehearsal process and one or two bits of footage from the live interactive theatre event itself, and we'll talk a little bit about how we made it and how we want to make future projects. In this project we work with a writer, which is an interesting new development. Her name's Rebecca Walker, and basically she gave us a story concept. From that point we began our work with the actors. You play a bunch of improvisation scenarios with the actors. These involve basic scenes where we give them a character, we give them objectives to pursue, and they play those scenes, and as directors we hand them bits of paper that give them instructions. Then once we've looked at those initial scenes, we go away with the writer and we sit down and we think about how we could piece those scenes together into what we call a narrative matrix. And again, this involves us spreading out lots of pieces of paper on the floor until we've got a structure of scenes that seem to piece together a satisfying story.
From that point on, you talk about it being an interactive theatre piece. How do you then go about developing interactivity within that story matrix?
Well, we actually invite volunteer audience members to come and play in our rehearsals, and that gives us an opportunity to assess whether our story is engaging and whether the participants feel like they've got a compulsion to act within the story, and whether they feel like they can have a positive influence on it.
As an audience member, if I'm coming to the show, what is my journey from start to finish?
Okay, well in Stone House it starts off with the release of a film online. So once we had our narrative matrix, we went away with our actors and we filmed a bunch of scenes and made a short film that's screened online and gives our audience a sense of character and narrative context. Then once they've watched that film online, they were then engaged in various forms of social media. Now in this project, that manifested itself as email, so characters within the drama would send participants emails and give them various tasks to do. In this show it involved hacking into other people's email accounts, hacking into their phones and message centres and doing all sorts of mischievous tasks. And so the purpose of these types of engagement are to give people a sense of story context, so they know what's going on, who the characters are, but also within the social media it gives the audience members a sense of character identity, so they know where they stand within the story, so that when they come to the live theatre event they kind of know what their position is within the story, so they feel like they're empowered to act within it.
Now I've been branded a terrorist today. We're not terrorists. We're fighting for equality and transparency and accountability. This could be any girl in Britain. Right now it's Polly, but it could be any girl in Britain.
Well, one thing's for sure. I am all for transparency. I was with the group till the end. But now, if she dies, it's murder and it's on you. And now, please give her the choice.
Surprisingly, I was vocal throughout the piece, and I kind of started this experience talking to my friend Holly by going, oh God, audience participation, I don't really want to get involved. And then I found myself couldn't shut up. So yeah, it was really good, really enjoyable, and something I've never really done before. So
Wonderful.
It's a new experience for me.
Cool. Thank you very much for coming along.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I liked, I've never seen anything or participated, I guess, in anything like this before. And I liked what the storyline was, kind of the fact that you were able to choose, and it all kind of got a little bit messy, and there wasn't a clear kind of goodie and baddie, I think.
Well, having watched Stone House, I think it's an excellent piece of theatre, very engaging, intellectually challenging, the acting is of the highest standard, excellent location, and really makes you think, and that's something that's quite rare these days.
What do you want the audience to interact for?
Well, ultimately, we want people to engage with characters in order to achieve things with them. Now, it's fair to say that in this project, we didn't get to the point where the audience's actions became integral in shaping the outcome of the story. Simple fact of the matter with that was that we sort of ran out of time. We literally didn't have enough time to chart different narrative variables. But our objective in terms of how we move forward is to create a situation where we can have enough time working with the writer to create a really detailed and complex narrative matrix, so that then the interactions of the audience members with the characters can actually have a decisive impact on how the narrative progresses, and gives the participants the feeling that they really have a clear choice to make and clear decisions that are going to affect the outcome.